What's going on, everybody? Move your body. It is Face Off Friday. Yeah, we get the face off. It's no harm, no foul. You know what time it is. The Daily 49ers Show. Mike, what's going on?
Sir, man, we killing this Monday through Friday thing, man. I'm having a lot of fun doing this. So I want to thank you for the idea, the inspiration. You know what I'm saying? This is fun, man. And then at the end of it all, almost every time it's like, damn, we really need to do this a little bit longer.
I bet people out there be like, yo, how these mofos gonna cut the show off at the 30-minute mark every single day?
Every time.
It's
Every time,
easy.
like clockwork, baby.
Clockwork.
Like clockwork. Yes,
Clockwork.
sir. Yes, sir.
Mike,
Wayne, man, what kind
yes.
of day have you had so far, man? Like this is an interesting Friday. I didn't realize it was Friday till about halfway through the workday, and then I was like, yes, and then it felt like it was a long week all at the same time. Like, how was your Friday been?
Yeah, so today was weird. Like I woke up about 5:40-ish, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go run because I'm not gonna be able to make it to the gym. I had to play at a senior citizen home today. So I knew once I left, like I had to take my son to school, and then I was gonna go straight to the senior citizen home. Bro, my eyes are like red. I'm tired. For some reason, I'm tired. That run did it. Like, 4 miles, 4.5 miles. Like it just did it today. It was a cool day though. Cool. It's like cool outside. But the best part of my day was singing for the elderly. And I tell you, let me tell you something, Mike. They might get older physically, but mentally, they minds be right. Bro, I started playing When I Get That Feeling for That. I stopped the music just to see if they would continue to work.
You did not do a music
Swear to goodness.
stop for the senior citizens, bro.
Promise you, man. Timmy Meyer, the singer. Listen, and it's funny because the singer, they sung it though. They knew the word. Like, I was like, now what y'all know about that? And one of the ladies was like, well, how you think you got here? I was like, say less.
Let's go, Grandma. Let's go. Let's go. Show them what them do without them dentures. Let's go, Grandma.
I don't want that picture in my mind. No harm, no foul. We are back, man, for another episode, Mike. On Fridays, we try to bring something different, right? So it's the Friday before the game, and we want to face off. We want to do something where we're going to face off. So, Mike, before we get started, I got to ask you how your day was, because you said it was kind of weird. It was...
Yeah. No, it was just very eventful. You you lose track of time in very, very busy days. You know what I'm saying? Like it's on the go, and it's like, oh snap, it's Friday. And you start to celebrate, like, yo, this is it. Like a few more hours, and then the weekend is here. And then it's like, yo, this has been a really, really long week. Like reality set in, like a lot happened in these short 5 days. But I'm glad I'm here, man. Happy birthday to Jax, by the way.
Yes.
We do have a happy birthday to Jax going on today.
We do, and her birthday is tomorrow, right? But we won't be live tomorrow, so I don't care about getting sued. We're gonna sing it the regular way. Mike, if you want to take over the Stevie way, you can. I'll make it quick, the regular way.
I will not take over the Stevie way, but here's what I will say.
Okay.
We can't do it at the same time because
the lag.
Yeah.
So here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jax. Is Jax 2 syllables or 1? Did I just make it 2 syllables?
You made it 2. You definitely
That's dope. Very. Happy birthday to you. You can't make me laugh in mid.
Oh, I'm sorry. You took a mental break in the middle of the jam. I was sitting like, is he thinking out loud in the middle of the performance?
When your legs don't work like they used to before.
Home,
bro,
they'd have got you.
They would have got me. Happy birthday, Jax.
Yes, happy birthday.
Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the month. I think everybody now celebrates their birthday. Oh shoot! For the whole month. I just got an update that Eckler is going to be out. So if you play fantasy football, he's listed as doubtful. Mike, I thought they got rid of the doubtful. I thought it was questionable.
Probable.
Which one did they get rid of?
I thought they got rid of probable. I thought
Maybe they got rid of probable. Okay.
Doubtful.
What the hell is probable? Like, how you go from
what's the difference between probable and questionable?
And questionable.
That's what I don't know which one they got rid of, but one of those definitions need to go. They're too close to being the same.
Okay. All right, guys, let's get down to the show, man, because we just wasted 5 minutes. Shout out to everybody in the Breezie's Bunch crew. You're going to get the air horns right now. We love y'all. We appreciate you guys in the chat, man. Show Jack some love for her birthday and any other the September birthdays. I don't know the September sign, but whatever y'all is, happy birthday. I don't know what it is. I'm sorry. It's just Capricorn. And I think I know August is. No, I don't. See, I just know Capricorns. It's pretty much it.
But each month has two signs in it. So,
right.
All I know is November is Sagittarius and Scorpio. That's all I know.
Okay. All I know. Which is coming up soon.
Yes, sir.
Which one are you?
You're early November. I'm late. I'm the last day of Sagittarius.
Oh, so you're really a Scorpio.
According to my uncle, who's a Scorpio also. He says I'm too much like him.
That's why you're so weird.
What? You lucky my daughter's sitting right here. I almost
First of all, I was trying to figure out why Mike has been late every single day this week.
What? It's 4:00. We was on time.
We started on time, but you be giving me the
Oh no, I just don't like to come in here and sit here for 5 minutes because I don't like pre-production, right? Like I like to sit here and let the shows be organic. So if we supposed to start at 4, I'll join at like 3:57, 3:58. Like that's how I like to do it.
Yeah, but I like to check your mic pause. I know that sounds crazy, but welcome to No Harm, No Foul. There are no whistles here, but we will have some fun. What's going on, Marty Bar? Jax with the super chat controversy. We be Virgo. That's what they are.
Oh my God.
That's what they are. They Virgos.
Okay.
Leos was with the
Virgo
August
season.
birthdays. Yeah.
Virgo season.
All my friends are Leos, though. That's funny. That's weird. I have like 10 birthdays, 10 friends, and they're all Leos. It's like, I don't know why I picked them like that.
To be honest with you, I don't know what any of that means.
I don't know it. I just know that they're Leos. I know Leo's the lion, and I like lions. Lions are cool. Yes.
So I'm assuming there's like I'm assuming that there's like a personality trait that something that they all have in common.
Could be.
Patreon.com/NB9ERS.
There it is. Like Jim says, Breezy, do a podcast with Rams podcast called Believe in Rams with Jake. Hey, I would have loved to have done that. It's too late now. We could talk about it after the game. I did a podcast with the Rams podcaster. Mike, you know what? Rudy threw me off, Mike, when he said that Jared Goff won a Super Bowl. So I was trying to figure out which Jared Goff, because it couldn't have been the one that was on the Rams. And I know Jared Goff didn't win in Detroit yet, unless I missed something. Did I fall asleep for a few years?
No, I think he probably thought that. So Jared Goff got to a Super Bowl.
He did, but he didn't win one.
Wait, did they get to the Super Bowl?
I thought they went to 2 Super Bowls, and Matthew Stafford won one, and Jared Goff didn't win one, and that's why they got rid of his behind.
Yeah, he didn't. He definitely didn't win a Super Bowl. Now I'm trying to remember if they actually got.
There's Rudy right there. So Rudy told me, that's not what you said on the show, bro. We got the receipts.
Wayne be wrong sometimes, though, y'all. It's okay.
I do be wrong sometimes, but I mean, you guys, anybody out here? That's when my whole I just changed. Everything changed for me. Anyway, let's get down to this joint, yo. Speaking of Rams and Niners, we got 2 quarterbacks that are gonna face. Now, Mike, this is probably like one of the most interesting things I've ever read in my life.
Yes.
This is the first time in NFL history that the number 1 pick of the draft will face the last pick, 262nd pick of the draft. First time in NFL history, Mike.
Yeah, there are two of his stories to be told in this history and historic battle.
That's why I
Sam
said you was weird. I told you. Like, that was dope. Come on, man.
Matt Stafford, former number one overall pick, going up against literally Mr. Irrelevant. And if I'm not mistaken, the Niners are favorites, like favorites too, like a 7-point swing or something like that.
Is it 7? I thought last time I checked, it was 8.5.
Oh my God, that's even worse. That's even worse.
Yo, we talked the other day, Mike, about like the pressure. Like now you got an 8.5 point favorite. Like that's pressure.
Ooh, oh, it is 8.5. Shout out to that. Wow, that's disrespect. That's disrespectful. Meanwhile, the better quarterback on the field is going to be coming from the other side wearing the white and blue.
You mean the more experienced quarterback?
No, I said the better quarter. I said the better.
I know what you said. I'm asking you what you mean.
No, no. Everyone's told. All I've heard about is how much experience Brock Purdy has. I don't know what you mean by that.
What you mean? How much? How can anybody say that Brock Purdy has experience? This is like his what, 8th game?
9th, something like that. Yeah, but all I've heard about was all of the experience Brock Purdy had. Maybe they're talking about college. He played in college for mad long. Maybe they're talking about college, but all I've heard about was all the experience Brock Purdy had. And this is what this offense looks like with an experienced quarterback in there.
I don't. I don't get where you're hearing that stuff from. It's a weird ass grapevine, but I will say that Matthew Stafford is experienced and he's still got the juice. He had the juice. At least he had the juice week 1 this season, right? He had some juice. He was looking good out there. He was throwing some darts or whatnot and kind of scrambling in the pocket and moving around and avoiding the non-pressure that Seattle was bringing. But let's talk about these two quarterbacks facing off, though, because
yes, let's do it.
I think that's what's going to be most interesting. And so, look, I put out some things, and I want you to pick like which one you think. So let's go with throwing yards, right? So which quarterback will end with the most passing yards?
This is easy for me. I'm going to go right away, Matt Stafford. One, because I expect the Niners to have a dominant lead, so he's going to have to throw to catch up. And two, the Niners have a more balanced offense. We're going to run the ball well. So, yeah.
Yeah, like I had this here. Like I see Stafford. I don't want the Niners to give up 300 yards at passing, but I can see them giving up the yards, but not the points.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay with the passing defense being kind of like pushed down in the ranks. But if they're still not scoring, that's most important for me. Maybe not everybody else, but that's kind of like how I'm looking at it. But I'm with you. I think Matthew Stafford's going to get minimum 3, like at least 300, but nothing more, like nothing like 400 yards. Like it's not going to be one of those type of games. I don't think.
Right. And by the way, you just asked more, right? Like he could throw for 275 and Brock throw for 220 again. Like it's not.
I did say more. Right.
So he don't have to go crazy because enough of those yards are going to lead to some points, and it's going to be more of a uncomfortable situation for us. But I definitely think he'll have more passing yards.
But right, if we put both of them on the scale, like you know what I'm saying, like who would tip the scale in passing yards? It would be Stafford. So we agree on that one. All right, so we got the agreement on Stafford. What do you guys think out there, Stafford or Brock Purdy? Which one would have more passing yards in this game? I would love to see what you guys put your answers in the chat. Mike, you go ahead and point them out. We'll keep moving on.
I just wanted to point out also just really quick, Matthew Stafford threw for 334 yards last week
against Seattle.
While Brock Purdy threw for 220. Right.
That's funny that you mentioned 220 and he threw 220.
Yeah. But Stafford did that on just 5 more completions.
Are you serious? I thought Stafford Stafford also had 34 attempts.
5 more attempts.
And Brock Purdy was at 29, right?
Brock Purdy was at 29.
Yeah.
And Brock Purdy completed 19. Matt Stafford completed 24. But
it's a different offense, Mike. Like all right, so like when you look at Brock is looking to get the ball out of his hand quick. And now I'm going to expect the Niners to take away the deep throws down the field and going to force Matthew Stafford to be highly accurate in the intermediate route.
Mm-hmm.
And, with the injury to Puka Nacua, with the oblique injury, he's listed the questionable, which means now it's Tutu Atwell, Van Jefferson, the kid, Demarcus Robinson. Like, these might be some of the players that could feast across the middle of the field if he's accurate. But I don't feel like Matthew Stafford, about to call him Sam Bradford. I don't feel like Matthew Stafford is highly accurate in that type of football, especially
Right.
if the Niners are applying the pressure like they need to figure out how to do. According to my Madden, they didn't know how pressure was going to go. They didn't know what pressure was, bro. I was like, what the freak? Now, I see Daniel says Puka is full go. I was just going off of the latest in the injury report to the Rams. He's just listed questionable. I expect him to play. But the Niners are a yak offense, right?
Yeah. But
And
you get the
so,
yards for yak.
right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it could be closer than what we think. Like, I like how you said 275 to 225. It's only 50-yard difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I kind of
It's
like
all
that. Not that it's gonna matter at the most. Go with rushing yards, Mike.
right.
Christian McCaffrey, 152. The Niners rushed for 188 yards, literally 103 more rushing yards than the Rams in week 1. Literally.
Right. And that's why you're going to have the discrepancy. That goes back to the balanced offense we have versus what they're looking for.
So I want to know, Mike, when we talk about rushing yards, I want to take the running backs out, and I want to talk about quarterbacks scrambling. And who do you think will be the better rusher out of the quarterbacks?
I'm going to go with...
Guys, put your answer in the chat, please. Which quarterback will have more rushing yards?
Before I answer this, I do have a question.
Okay.
When you get sacked, which yards total does that come out of? Is it passing yards or rushing yards? I swear I haven't been able to.
It comes out of the rushing yards.
So when the quarterback gets sacked,
isn't that weird? Because it's literally a pass, but because they don't attempt the pass, like they don't get the pass out, it goes into the rushing yards.
Okay, so then if that's the case, I'm going to say Brock will have more rushing yards.
So you're saying he's going to get sacked less?
Brock will get sacked less. They'll run for about the same amount of total yards.
Okay.
But Brock will get sacked less, and when they subtract those sacked yards, it's going to put Brock above where
Matthew Stafford rushed for how many yards last week?
Honestly, I don't know. Let me see.
All right, so I'll pull it up. I didn't know you didn't have it up. My bad. So
I got his passing numbers here, but it's not telling me his rushes.
No worries. I got you. So week 1, let's get that box score up real quick. So he had 11 yards. What did Brock Purdy have? Do you have that?
Yes, I can pull his up right here.
All right.
Brock Purdy finished the game with rushing and receiving 2023. He finished with 20.
And that was because he had that big 17-yard run. But then he was also sacked 3 times, which negated some of his rush. It's weird.
See,
how that number.
And that's the thing. So
I know.
Those sack he was sacked 3 times for how many yards?
Yeah.
He had a long of 17, and he finished the game with only 3. Oh, so you're saying that all those yards came out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Out of that big run. But like I said, like if he's sacked, people are saying like, and I know. So it's not even about being mobile. It's more about like stepping up in the pocket and taking off and running. Like I don't even think Brock Purdy is mobile. I just think he'll move. Like, you know what I mean? I watched Matthew Stafford do that last week. You guys watch the game? Like Stafford.
I did.
You didn't watch the game?
I did. I went back
and he moved. Like he's not you're right. He's not a mobile quarterback, but when the pressure was coming to the sides, like his legs was broken, shaking and twisting, kind of like he was smoking, he stepped up and took off and ran. It's the same thing Brock Purdy did. Now, Coach Cruz says sacks are taken out of teams' passing yard numbers, not rushing. Oh, I thought it came out of the rushing.
I want to know how it affects the quarterback when they get sacked minus blank yards. Is it rushing or passing?
Okay. So like maybe I was wrong, but I thought when we get
Let's see.
sacked, it counts as it's like a negative run.
NFL sacks, NFL sack yards.
It's going to be an interesting game, like because these quarterbacks, other than experience, are closer than they are farther apart. I don't know if you get that vibe.
It says sack yards are subtracted from the team's passing totals. So a
Okay.
quarterback could essentially pass for more yards than the team finishes with.
So if the quarterback gets sacked, it comes out of the passing yards.
Yes.
Okay, so it doesn't come out of the running yards.
No. So then I'm going to put Matt Stafford back up top. I'm going to put Matt Stafford back up top.
That makes sense.
Because I think he's going to be running, naturally.
He's going to have to. He's going to have to run.
Right. And if you look at the pressure percent from last week, Brock Purdy was under pressure 55% of the time. Was
It's
our
ridiculous.
offensive line really that bad?
Just on the right side.
Holy smokes, that is crazy.
And it's crazy because it was like just on the right side in the second half. Like
Matt Stafford was only under pressure 7% of the time.
Wow. It comes out. That's what it is. It comes out of the team's total yards. That's what not the individual numbers. Thank you. So it comes out of the team's. That's what I thought. Okay. But it's still not rushing yards. It's just total, all the yards together.
Total passing yards, yeah.
Total
subtracted from that. Because if you said it's a passing play, why doesn't it come out of the passing pot? So you were right. It comes out of the total passing yards, yeah.
All right. So let's go to the next category, completion percentage.
I'm going to go with Brock Purdy. And not by a wide margin either. I want to be very clear what I'm saying, but I think this offense is just designed to be a little bit more efficient. All right. If you look at just last week, 63% completion percentage for Matt Stafford. And then for Brock Purdy last week, he was at, it's going to be really close actually, 65.5. So, yeah.
All right. Quarterback rating. Well, rating, because there's two different ones. The QBR, just go with the regular rating. Who will finish with the highest rating?
This is the one that they like sacks count against the quarterbacks?
Yeah.
All right, Brock go finish with the high. Although touchdowns are weighed heavier.
They are weighed heavier than sacks.
I think Brock finishes the game with 1, maybe 2 passing touchdowns. No, never mind. I don't see Stafford throwing up 3 touchdowns on it. So, yeah, I'm going to say with Brock with the rating.
I think Brock is with the higher rating again because we're going to go to the next category with the touchdowns. But I think you talked about it earlier when you talked about completion percentage. I think the efficiency and the ability to just keep the team on the field longer. Don't get it twisted. I watched the Rams sustain some long drives last week as well, but they also didn't play against a defense that's trying to get you off the field going 3 and out. So it's going to be a little bit different for the Rams this week. But I think I can see the rating, and then again, if there are interceptions thrown, now remember Matthew Stafford, and let's go to interceptions because Matthew Stafford threw 0 interceptions last week, but neither did Brock Purdy. And so these numbers can kind of weigh that rating pretty heavily. I should have saved rating for last, but that's what happens when you type out an order.
Yeah.
Let's go with touchdowns.
Okay, cool.
And then we'll come back to interceptions.
A slight advantage to Brock Purdy. I think he finishes with more touchdowns. I think 2-1. I think.
Yes.
2-1 or 2-2 is what I'm thinking, honestly. But
because of my score prediction, I don't have the Rams scoring more than 1 touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't score any passing touchdowns last week. They were all rush.
That's right. Okay. Is that?
Yeah. So I got Brock, who scored 3 touchdowns last week?
Brock finished the game.
With 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns. I'm sorry.
2 touchdowns last week. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1. I don't think they rush for a touchdown this week. But I do think they get one in the air.
Yeah.
So 2-1 is the number. That's actually a really good number. Yeah. That's actually, yeah. Why do you just say that? Because that's exactly what I was thinking, bro.
I was thinking about the secondary.
Me too. I feel like there'll be a play where Stafford confuses them and they are not communicating and Hufanga will be out of pocket. All right, here we go. I don't know why I say Hufanga. Which quarterback will throw more interceptions?
Am I allowed to say a tie?
Of course, you was about to say push on the touchdowns.
Right. All right. I'm gonna go with push here. I think
1-1.
1-1. I think 1-1.
I tried to
I
slip
think
that in
1-1.
there.
Yeah. I heard you. I heard you.
You you
And Pure
you
Dubs, yes. Nothing but Niners is the channel. Pure
you
Dubs.
you think Brock throws a touchdown? I mean, throws an interception?
I do. I do. I think it's not going to be his fault though. I think he throws one across the middle and it gets popped up in the air and then they get a pick. I don't think it's going to
Okay,
be
so
on him.
so be a man and speak the receiver's name.
Kittle.
Dang.
No? You don't
You-
like that? They try to get
Yeah,
Kittle
I do
involved
like
this
it.
week. He's healthier coming into this week. He wasn't really used a lot last week. I think he had 2 targets last week.
Kittle's usually a man against this team too, by the way.
For
Like
sure.
like a
That's some
man
of his
man.
best teams, yeah.
Yeah. But so is Debo.
Those two right there, Rams killers.
Wow.
You disagree? Say it with your chest. Now, be a man about it, huh? Go ahead and say Brock don't have no interceptions this week. He's gonna have less.
He came close last week to getting a pick, but those were passes like well defended by Patrick Peterson. And when I mean well defended, it was not like he didn't throw it to them. He threw it.
Patrick Peterson was ready for that joint.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Like he dove and tipped the ball out of the way. Almost like Dre Greenlaw deflected the first pass to Freiermuth or whatever, and then the next one he just couldn't get his hand up high enough. It was like right out of his reach. So this I don't think he gets an interception this week, Mike. I think
I absolutely hope you're right.
And I think it's 0-1. I think Brock throws 25 times in this game.
Okay. I tell you what. No, I want to change it. Let me put a caveat in.
Okay.
If Brock Purdy doesn't throw an interception, Matt Stafford will throw 2.
Okay.
Now, my logic with that is if he's not throwing, if Brock Purdy doesn't throw an interception, it's going to be because the Niners are up so well that they're running the ball, and Stafford's going to be throwing more to try to catch up.
Which allows the defense to play pass, which can potentially turn into and if the pressure is there, like I mean it's possible, man. I know people we got Rams fans watching the show, and I know they're like, oh, they edging. Of course we are. We're 49er fans, but now we're Jim says Purdy threw 2 interceptions that were dropped. I didn't see he threw any that were dropped. I thought that
he's talking about the one to
Peterson dove, like he just had good, you know what I mean? Like he just had good coverage on Kittle and on Jawan Jennings. Those were the 2 that were deflected. It's going to be interesting to find out because Purdy doesn't force passes, but when he does, that's when he makes that's when the mistakes can happen. So if Purdy stays away from forcing passes, like on those 2 reads that Jim was talking about, like why those 2 reads? You had guys open. Like if you go back and watch all 22, like he didn't have to force it to Kittle. He didn't have to force it to Juwan. So like if he's forcing, then there's definitely potential of him throwing the 2 picks. All right. Definitely the potential. All right, let's cap this up. Which quarterback will be sacked the most?
I'm gonna go with Matt Stafford.
I'm gonna go with Brock Purdy.
Ooh. You know what? I hate that you said that. You watched that damn presser. Kyle said sometimes you got to know when to just take the sack.
You got to know when to just take the sack.
You get your no interceptions and more. Oh, okay. You slick. Okay.
I be doing my homework, bro, but people be acting like I'm dumb. But seriously, like this is Brock showing that he can be the quarterback, the competent quarterback, all 17 games of a season. So you got to know what did Pop say on Friday? You win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day. You can apply that principle, Mike, on every facet of life, even in football, even if it's just the series, not just the whole game. It's not about winning the whole game. It's about winning each series. You know what I'm saying?
In short, I think Matthew Stafford has a better day. I think the Niners dominate and win still.
Yeah, just like Kirk Cousins had a damn good night and they couldn't win. So wins matter, stats don't. Close this out, Mike. I'm tired of closing this. I did this shit all week long. You got
That's going to do it, man. We hope you guys really enjoyed this episode, man. Going a little back and forth. But here's what we do know. We expect the Niners to go in there and open up a can on Sunday. We're going to be talking about it before, after, and everything in between. So make sure you guys are locked in. Subscribe to both channels, man. All right. And that's it. We'll see y'all soon. Peace.